Confirmation Lima 2353 Zulu, wind 2106, gust 17, visibility 10, 1000 scattered, temperature 18, dew point 9er, altimeter 3000, Bureau Alpha approaching you, arriving to party runway 24. Notice Terra Mission runway 24 approach lighting system out of service. Caution for personnel and equipment working north of taxiway Bravo.
Jimmy, how are you? Welcome aboard, mate. What should we call this flight? The Charlie flight? What would you call it? Getting into a Class Charlie flight?
Class Charlie / check ride for you'll by student.
Check ride. Oh, you're giving me a check ride. Okay. Let's do it. That'd be good.
That'd be suicide.
Listen, we all need a check ride every once in a while.
Yeah.
We all need a check ride. That'd be good though. I would die.
Okay. I'll wait for this to line up, and it looks like it did. Okay, so we have Lima for information.
Excellent.
Cessna 524, follow the upwind Cessna, make right close traffic, wind variable at 4, runway 24, good for takeoff.
Fullerton Ground, good afternoon. Cirrus 747 Sierra Delta over at North Hangars with Lima, looking to taxi the active.
Cirrus 747 Sierra Delta, good afternoon. Fullerton Ground, runway 24, taxi via Bravo.
Runway 24 via Bravo, Sierra 7 Sierra Delta.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard from the flight deck. My name is Yoli, I'm the first officer. I'm joined by Captain Jimmy. Jimmy has flown in the British Air Force for many years. He has 25,000 flight hours.
Hey, it's funny you say that question. So, you know, are we talking about like airlines and just pushing all the new pilots?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Because remember before, like, whoever was announcing, whether it be first officer, pilot, sometimes they would brag and say, hey, you know, your captain is Captain so-and-so, you know, roughly 30 years.
You know what's funny you say that? They used to today you don't hear people saying that.
Nobody says that.
Yeah, it's just a thing of the past. Like, I served 25 years in the Navy.
But, I mean, is it because all the low-hour pilots, the last thing they want to hear is, yeah, and our first officer, so-and-so, you know, 2 years in, 350 hours.
You know what? That could be.
Yeah.
Because everyone's so low time.
Right.
That's a good point. You don't want to say, hey, I'm your captain, I have 3,000 hours.
120 to 290 at 4, gust 15.
Where's the wind coming from?
You said 210, so it's going to be off.
So, let me paraphrase my question.
198, runway 24, could land.
I'm not looking for numbers, I'm looking for direction relative to us. So tell me where the wind's coming from relative to us.
Charlie to the south.
That's what I was pointing.
Do you see a windsock?
I do see the windsock.
Where's the wind coming from relative to our position?
Now it's saying it's coming this way.
Excellent. So what do we do with the flight controls?
So we're going to do this.
Excellent. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Elevator neutral
Uh-huh.
into the wind when it's a quartering headwind.
Right.
If it were coming from behind us and to the right, what would you do?
Behind us and to the right. So it would be.
Remember what we said?
Opposite.
We said dive down
and opposite.
and away.
Yeah.
Right? With a quartering headwind just into the wind.
Right.
Excellent. Solid. Good. Good flight control position for taxi. Easy, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Cool. We just don't want the wind to come and lift that wing up, so we want to go into it.
Right.
Cessna 524, number 2, runway 24, could land.
Excelentos. Beautiful.
Okay, let's do a run up. Okay, doors.
Yep, closed.
Closed. Her caps handle latches removed. Seatbelts were good. Air conditioners as desired. Fuel quantity. We're pretty balanced.
Yep. You could switch for the heck of it.
Yep, let's switch.
Can't hurt.
Boost pump is on. Make sure it is as required right now. Flaps will set to 50.
Mine work.
And so do mine.
Excellent.
transponder, we're just VFR, that's good. Let's see, this autopilot, we'll just hit the heading, see if it moves, which it does. Okay, so autopilot. Navigation radios, okay, so I'll switch to that.
You're the radio man.
I'm the radio man.
I'll be the pilot flying.
So let me get SoCal in there for you. 135.4, so that's ready.
That's the approach frequency that we'll contact.
And then let me go ahead and put Ontario's ATIS down here. 24, 25. Like that. And then I can put their tower here just to have it. 20.6.
Cessna 198, runway 24, taxi Bravo.
Yeah, so we got our ATIS, we got our tower, Fullerton Tower, SoCal. For that.
Excellent. Eventually we'll throw tower into one, but you're
Right.
just putting it there.
Just
excellent. Good stuff.
Okay, so...
Good staying ahead of the airplane.
Cabin heat.
Are you at the radios and navigation GPS point?
Yes.
What else goes into that point in this flow, in this whole before takeoff checklist? So we did the radios. What else goes into that? What's the first word on that line?
Right here?
Yes.
Navigation.
Good. What goes into navigation as far as plugging things into the airplane?
So I can
Wind
just
is
do
all over the place. Variable 110 to 220
just
at
do this if you don't mind.
gust 15.
So...
Thank you.
KON.
Excellent, right?
Yep, Ontario.
And then remember this button.
Right.
Cool.
So that's done.
So if we go here, we got that straight line. Excellent. Perfect. See that?
Yep.
Good stuff. Excellent. Good. You did that without me saying. That was my next thing. Anytime, we said this many times, anytime we fiddle and load a route in an airplane, pilots think 3D, 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 right? When I drive my car to Costco, I don't think 3D, I just think 2D. Am I going to take this road? Am I going to take that street? Am I going to take this? Pilots think 3D, so anytime I make a route, I also think about how high I'm going to be. 3D, 3D. Make sense? Excellent, and you did that on your own. So good. That's what goes into the navigation. The route and the altitude. Good. Radios, GPS. Good. Pretty much, I'd say we have it all set. Excellent. Good stuff.
Okay. So let's go to 1700. Let's check some.
Close traffic and a short delay on the runway.
Cessna 198, approved taxi question, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
24 clear for takeoff, 198.
What's the max RPM drop?
So it's 150 and 75.
Between the two?
Between the two.
Excellent.
One. 60.
You don't worry about that. Go in the vicinity, and then the key is to leave that alone, because if you move that throughout the thing, the numbers are not accurate, right? So really the most important thing is just leave it, let it be. Remember what we said we want to look at and say out loud?
Oh yeah.
System is charging, right? So we will get in the habit of doing that.
Okay, and she idles, so we'll bring her back up to 1,000.
Excellent.
Also make sure back to...
524, follow the F1 Cessna, runway 24,
Okay.
clear for takeoff.
Navigation lights, landing lines.
Follow the F1 Cessna, runway 24,
we did magnetos, center parameters all checked. Power levels 1,000, flight instruments. Seem to be free and clear.
And we do the rudder? During the, so you also want to do that.
Right.
You want to make sure that all the
All free and
controls
clear.
are free and clear. Excellent. It's easy with the Cirrus
Right.
that it's not connected to your nose wheel.
Right. Okay. Checklist is complete.
Excellent.
Even though you're pretty much...
I'll be doing the flight. Let me go ahead and brief it up. I might as well brief it up just because I'm flying. All right,
great.
so here we go. My controls,
Your
my
controls,
airplane.
Your airplane.
All right, I want you to sit back, hang out. If you want to put your seat back a little further, that's good too. And the goal is, I just want you to take it all in. So what are we doing this flight? We are going to learn what flying into a Class Charlie airport looks like. All right, we're going to depart here, Fullerton. We're going to take off. We're not too far from Ontario, and we're going to contact the approach control frequency, which we figured out. Again, if it's wrong, guess what approach will tell us? Contact such and such, no problem.
Right.
What if we are flying so fast and we fall behind the airplane and we reach the Ontario Class Charlie before we got a chance to establish two-way radio communication with approach? What are some things we could do to not enter into that airspace and violate?
We could do a 180.
Excellent.
That'd be the easiest and most efficient thing because we know from where we came from we were good. So I would say a 180.
Excellent, right? And that's, like I said, if we're flying too fast, we could also keep this in mind and maybe fly a little slower until we make sure we're ahead of the game and we got that two-way radio communication, and then we could keep that speed coming. But excellent, we could do a 180, we could do circuits, whatever we want to do.
Right.
There's nothing that's causing us to fly right into that Charlie.
Right.
So we have all the time in the world to make that happen.
Right.
Excellent. So here we go. Before takeoff briefing. The plan right now is we're going to depart a normal takeoff off of runway 24, and we're planning on a right downwind departure. That should pretty much launch us straight in the direction of Ontario, which is cool. An immediate threat that I could think of off the bat as far as this briefing is concerned would probably be any airspace or the Class Bravo in the area. We are climbing the 35, thankfully. Are we going to bust or fly up into any of the Class Bravo shelves above us?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing. We have, the closest we have is 4 if we follow this direct line.
Excellent.
We're still under it. But other than that, we have a 7,000, 8,000.
Excellent.
Next concern is
Good.
Bravo.
Do you see how I'm thinking about that right now as far as what altitude I'm about to go up to? It's a factor in my head, and I want to make sure that it's not something I'm going to possibly do. And if there was a shelf that was low enough, I would be cognizant of it and avoid it.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Excellent. 2-4 right down departure. Any abnormalities, anything that I don't like, anything I don't feel comfortable taking into the air with me, prior to rotation, I'm going to cut the power, hit the brakes, stop straight ahead, taxi off the runway. If I can't taxi off the runway, get out of the airplane, run away. All right? After rotation, if anything crazy happens, I'm going to, depending if I'm above or below 600 feet AGL, over here, if I'm below 600 feet AGL, I'll probably just pull caps, because this plane falls like a hot potato. It's a heavy engine. Above 600 feet, I'm going to try really hard to put this plane down in any place I can, which will cause the least amount of damage to people or myself or the airplane on the ground, and walk away. All right? If I don't think that's possible, I'm going to pull caps. All right? Anything through the downwind, if I'm high enough, I'll try and keep it relatively close to the runway. That way I could just glide to the runway. Otherwise, once we depart the area, we're committed to flying. At that point, we should be high enough. I could pull caps if I need to, or I could find a place to put the plane down. Everything we always typically brief. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. That would be the biggest threat, like I said, the airspace in that area. Otherwise, I'll fly the airplane. I'll do the radios, and I just want you to take it in, hang out, look at, and you already know. We talked about this on the whiteboard. We talked about this. So the order is this. We're contacting approach. We're listening to the ATIS. Contacting approach. Letting them know where we're at, what we want. And they will give us a what?
Clearance. Wait, ATIS?
Approach will give us what?
A squawk code.
A squawk code, right? And then they'll tell us pretty much what to do, where to go, which runway to set up for. And eventually they'll hand us off to who?
Ontario.
To which type of air traffic controller?
To the tower.
Excellent, right? And tower will eventually give us a landing clearance. Perfect. Once we land, taxi off the tallest contact ground. We'll just tell them we'd like to taxi back.
Okay.
Easy?
Yeah, or run up area if we want to.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yep. Taxi back towards that departure, departing runway.
Got it.
Ready to go?
Sir.
All right, Jimmy, here we go. Okay, so we should be good. We are here. We switched it. It still looks to me like on the fullest.
Yep.
That's good. Mixture we'll get in a moment. Flaps are 50. That's good. Trim is set for takeoff. Lights are good. Let's go with that as well.
Okay.
And then here, that looks good as far as the range. Let's call this good for now. Once we get en route, I could take that out a little bit. And then the traffic will be...
Unlimited.
There you are.
Yep.
Am I forgetting anything?
524, runway 24, taxi Bravo.
Runway 24, taxi
I would say no.
Good? Looks good?
Yeah, flow looks
All right, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'd
Yeah.
wait for them.
Yeah. They're going for it. All right. Charlie, 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 Charlie. Here we go.
Yep.
That's the prettiest plane on the
198,
planet.
make right, close traffic, wind.
Ready, Jimmy?
Yes, sir.
506,
All right.
runway 24, clear for takeoff.
I'd like to request a short delay on the runway, 198.
That's 198.
Guess what takeoff they're doing?
24 clear
With
for
a
takeoff,
short delay.
198.
They're going to do a short field.
Excellent.
Fullerton Tower, Centurion 6625 November is 10 miles to the west for landing, ATIS Lima.
6625 November, full entire, enter right downwind north of the
Excelentes.
KFI antenna, runway 24.
Right downwind north of the
And no one's
KFI
behind us.
antenna,
Good.
runway 24, Centurion 25 November.
Or 25 November, the KFI
I'll call
antenna
once
is
they're out.
12 o'clock, 2 miles, so turn left 10 degrees to enter the downwind north.
I have the antenna in sight and turning left, 25 November.
Is that not a good looking plane?
Beautiful plane. They're so capable. That's all I always loved.
It's amazing.
They're just so capable, so
Incredible.
forgiving.
Yeah. Easy to fly. Tower Sierra 747 Sierra Delta is holding short runway 24 looking for a right down departure.
Sierra 747, Sierra Delta, full entire, hold short, runway 24.
Hold short runway 24 747 Sierra Delta. Whenever he's ready, he'll clear us. And we're Ontario bound. Which runway were in use? Runways were in use?
26
right. Right, 26 left was closed.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excelentos.
So that's the 198, you're following a Centurion coming up a beam into your right in the downwind.
Looking for the Centurion, 198.
Centurion 2-5 November, extend downwind for 2 departures.
2 departures.
Extend downwind, Centurion 25 November.
0747 Sierra Delta, right downwind departure approved. Wind 150 at 6, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
All right, runway 24 cleared for takeoff, 747 Sierra Delta. Here we go. Ready, James?
Yes, sir.
All right.
198, thank you.
Final looks clear.
Final does look clear.
All right.
Get another free wash.
Another free. Yeah, look at that. All right. Ready to go. Runway looks clear.
And it looks like it's 2-4.
Yeah. All right. Do you mind just squaring? Oh, it's squared. It's good. The heading bug. Perfect. It's good. All right. I'm adding power, taking my time.
Cessna 524 departing.
Takeoff power
Sierra,
set.
right
Engine
downwind
indications
departure,
are in
make
the
right
green.
close traffic.
Airspeed is alive.
Wind 170 at 7, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
And we took off into the wind. You felt that? Absolutely.
Clear for takeoff, and we'll keep an eye on the stairs, 524.
Cessna 198, follow the Centurion
Maintaining the
downwind ahead,
extended
number
runway
2,
center line.
24,
Not only are we doing that, I have
Negative now on the Centurion, 198.
that urge to turn right that we are familiar with, right? But also I'm fighting that left crosswind, right?
Yep.
Excellent.
Still looking for him, 198.
All right, clear, right?
198, stay on the downwind, do not turn base.
Roger, staying on the downwind, 198.
Centurion 25
Lots of
November,
right
turn
rudder.
base, wind 150 at 6, runway 24, clear to land.
Turn base, clear to
You
land
see the
on runway
triangle
24,
there with the
Centurion 25
coordination?
November.
The slip skid indicator?
Yep.
Is that pretty centered under the triangle?
Yeah.
Cool.
Fullerton Tower, Traffic 1737, Papa Mike at the 9155 and a change 1800. Fullerton Station 91 West, North 57.
Watch 7 Papa Mike, West 91, North 57,
No,
transition
accelerate
approved,
here
full
above
altimeter
90.
3004.
Airborne and approved, thank you, 7 Papa Mike.
There we go.
Traffic inside, 198.
That's the 198, thank you. Number 2, runway 24, clear to land.
Number 2, 24 clear, 198.
wind 170 at 7.
Want to make sure we're over the traffic here. That should be a factor. 500 feet below us.
Yep, 600.
Cool. All right, if I wanted to engage autopilot, let's think about what we're doing. Which buttons would you tell me to press?
Well, it depends. We could use a heading. We could square the heading like that. If
Cool,
that's the
let's
heading.
do that.
Sure.
So heading,
Uh-huh.
and then with the altitude, how would I handle that?
Indicate it together. As it's all
With
supposed
altitude?
to.
Cool. Excellent. And that will maintain that VY all the way
VY
up.
all the way.
Perfect. Solid work. Good. 2,000, we're going up to 35. Once we get a frequency change here in a moment, we'll go ahead and contact approach control. Absolutely solid. And I'll lower the range here. Excellent. Now, once we get to 35, I'll bring that power way back just because we're really close to Ontario there. Good. And I don't need my shades.
So the 524
what's it
number
like
2
hanging
follows
out?
Cessna 1 mile
Kinda cool.
final wind 160 at 7 Romeo
Not gonna
24.
lie.
There you go. Okay, we're out of the Delta, right? Because we're 2,800. So I'll go ahead and switch.
ILS, instrument approaches
And here we go.
Or are you still planning on the visual?
Still lots of right rudder because the airplane doesn't do that for me.
Ziggy. Join the Ziggy arrival and Scout 3394 and descend and maintain 4,000.
3,200 for 35. And what am I going to tell approach, Jims? What did we talk about?
We're going to tell them roughly our
Highway
position,
7705,
our
Cal
altitude,
approach,
and
on
our
altitude is
tensions.
3002.
Excellent.
And
You said you have Ontario ATIS in there?
I do.
Want to
Cool.
depart on the 70 radio. Visual approaches are working today. There's some heavy to
Bring the power back.
moderate to heavy precipitation south of Brackett in the Pomona VOR.
I'll check this out. I'll go direct, activate, and I'll switch to GPS, and that way we'll just track this towards Ontario.
5508.
He sounds busy.
124.6.
But let's see what will happen. We'll bring the power back. ATIS, not coming up.
Sky West 3394.
So like we said, we first need to listen to ATIS.
When you get there, cross Pettis at about 4,000.
124.25.
26 right approach.
That's 22.
That's why. Sorry.
Station code 555 at 2355 Jules. Pilot 3, French runway assignment control short instruction. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet. Ontario International Airport HS information Juliet. 0012 Blue Petrol.
Raining.
Highway 7705, what's the weather look like about your 2 o'clock?
Juliet?
15, 20 miles. That's where I show the heavy precipitation. I don't know if it's just rain or if you actually got ceilings in that vicinity.
Just rain, sir. How many miles from Ontario are we?
Okay, so if I did have to take one of you to the southeast and keep you on the airwave 186, that shouldn't be an issue for you? Okay,
I'd
that's
say
fine.
we're-
I might have that with the secondary.
Ten-ish?
So looking at the airplane, let's look at the airplane, right?
So 14.0.
Cool. SoCal approach, Sierra 747 Sierra Delta. So we're approaching the Charlie, I'm aware of it, and I'm ready at any point
Return.
to move away from it. Exactly. See what happens. Look at that rain.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to square the heading bug, transition to heading mode, and I'm going to just turn north here a little bit. Approach Cirrus 747 Sierra Delta.
Yeah, coordinate something off the line
That's
here.
a little whippy, yeah.
And GPS 9897, Scala Park, short contact, South Sea, leaving, maintain 4. GPS 9897, thanks. You got area of moderate to heavy precipitation to the southwest. I don't think it's an issue for you. I think it's above your altitude you're climbing to. And let's not exceed 210 knots.
You see how I'm staying out of the Charlie? No rush, no pressure. He could get back to me. He could not. What I know is I can't go into the Charlie without two-way radio communication. Does that make sense?
GPS 9897, turn left heading 210, join Victor 363.
And now it's sunny. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
See Ontario? Off the right?
You with me, descend via the Ontario altimeter is 3003.
So right now we are
Back Valley 7694, Scala approach, the Ontario altimeter is 3003.
11 miles to the
altitude, you have
west.
Juliet.
West. Cool.
And expect a visual approach runway 26 right.
approach 0747 Sierra Delta.
We're just holding the departure at Ontario that I'll have to get out of here. Back Valley 7694, you'll see heavy to moderate precipitation to the southeast.
Busy man.
There.
Yep.
I think it's above your altitude. If it's anything significant or an issue, let me know. Back Valley 7705 when you get to the airport in sight of us.
Are we coming in towards another box of that approach
7705,
frequency?
thank you. You
Maybe on
are
the north?
cleared. Visual approach, runway 26 right.
That's going to be for the Bravo.
Back Valley 7694, I might have a downwind back for
What's
you
that?
on the south side. I'll let you know.
That was 125.5.
Let's do that. Right, because we're showing up to that area.
Ready?
Excellent. Yep.
82 5000 and get Juliet.
7682, Scala approach, thanks. The
Sounds like the same guy.
3003, area of moderate to heavy
All good.
precipitation to the
We'll use
southeast
that.
along the airway, south of the airway.
Oh, it's the
but
same guy,
above your
moderate.
Sounds like the
Yeah.
same guy, but we'll see what happens.
Back Valley 7682, plan of visual approach, runway 26 right today, and Juliet, current. Plan of visual approach 26 right, Back Valley 7682, and it is Juliet, is current.
Roger, visual 26 right, Back Valley 7682.
Back Valley 7654, Scala
Watch
approach,
him say,
probably
I'm
with
too
me on Tower
busy.
3003. Juliet, current, show you 10,000. Back Valley 7705, contact
do a
Ontario
180
Tower
here.
120.6, good day.
Ontario, good day, Back Valley 775.
Pack Valley 7654, Sicko. Okay, EPS 9897, contact approach 121.3.
21.3 EPS 9897.
Pack Valley 7654, expect
So
visual
busy.
approach runway 26 right today, the Ontario altimeter is 3003. And you said Juliet, I think, every time I...
We have Juliet, right? Cool. Approach 0747 Sierra Delta.
8,000.
Blocked.
Yeah, don't say blocked, because you're blocking something that I'm actually listening to.
Good afternoon, Quantum 912, Papa Foxtrot.
He's a spicy one.
3.5 with request.
Yeah, I'm not doing practice approaches if you're asking me. I'm obviously busier than that. Do you want flight ball into
Ooh,
my
he has an attitude. This is fun. Let's see.
Start, we're doing an FAA check right. We need 3 approaches, 1 Corona.
Oh, they're doing a check right.
Possible.
Well, 912 Papa Foxtrot, the Ontario altimeter is, as I said, 3003. You can squawk 0251, maintain VFR, no landing runway or weather information available for Corona.
0251, appreciate it. 2 Papa Foxtrot.
Approach 0747 Sierra Delta.
Departure, good evening.
You know why he doesn't answer us? Because he wants to stay out of the Charlie.
10,500.
Because guess what happens when he answers us?
We can run through it.
It's a two-way radio communication.
Okay, everybody's calling at once. And Skyline 90856 Lima, Scala approach, the Ontario altimeter is 3003.
See, we'll give it 2 more minutes.
West of March, you're going through the Cajon Pass today.
That's affirmative. 56 Lima.
Okay, thanks for that. Back Valley 7694, you said the report's in sight.
Site, Back Valley 7694.
Okay, thanks.
What's the approach frequency for John Wayne? Change of plans.
2 Pop Foxtrot, squawk VFR, change to 5Gs. I'm too busy. I don't have time to pay attention that much.
Oh, okay.
Back Valley 7654, flight in 160, it'll be vector your final. Okay, thanks. Your number one, Pac Valley 7654, clear visual approach 126.
We don't need any of that. Just zoom in on the sectional and see the red boxes around John Way. Remember that?
600 Sierra Mike, Scala approach, type twin south destination, the Ontario altimeter 3003.
What just happened?
We're going to approach Empire 7693, 7,000, direct from 1 with Juliet.
You said 320 or 340, Sierra Mike? Yeah, you're taking up a lot of my frequency time. I got you. I only need the answer that I'm looking for. Sierra Mike, squawk 0212. Empire 7693, Scala approach with me. Ontario altimeter 3003.
3003, Empire 7693.
Empire 7692, thanks. Spec visual approach 126 right today. Going to maintain 6,000.
Spec visual 26 right, maintain 6,000.
Okay. Let's see.
Empire 7693, when you get to 6,000, I'm probably going to have a
21.3.
Cool.
Let you know.
Yeah, Roger, Empire 7693.
Mike Valley 7694, I'm going to have traffic overfly you for San Bernardino, heavy 767. We might be able to
for
get
Santa
you
Ana, right?
them. I'll let you know.
Okay.
7694.
Empire 7693.
Same thing, just a different Charlie.
Okay.
Twin Cessna 0 Sierra Mike 50.
Yeah, I copied the speed. We're slowing.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Now, what we'll do is we'll go direct.
Oh, we gotta get rid of Ontario.
Yeah, we'll just do K, S,
And
N,
ETA 9897 heavy, maintain 150 knots until a 5 mile final, tower 20
activate.
Okay, 150 till.
How many miles are we from John Wayne?
17.8.
Call it 18. Is that north, east, west, or south?
I'm
So
giving
that's
you a
gonna
pay raise there, my
be
apologies.
to the south.
Let's even do that. Direct, activate. So now I'm tracking, right? Are we to the south?
No, we're heading south, so we're to the north.
Excellent. So we are how many miles to the north?
17.
Cool. Here we go.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Approach, good afternoon. Sirius 747 Sierra Delta.
747 Sierra Delta, go ahead.
Yeah, we're about 17 miles to the north of John Wayne. We're looking for a full stop landing possible. We didn't do the ATIS, but we'll see what.
Sierra Delta, was it?
Affirmative.
747 Sierra Delta, squawk 0215.
0215, 747 Sierra Delta. And we'll get the ATIS here in a moment.
Yep.
You see that? So just as we discussed, you contact approach, you tell them where you're at, you're looking for a full stop landing, and they give you a squawk. And let's get the ATIS frequency when you get a chance.
Yep.
We could do Charlie hopping all day long.
Number 7 Sierra Delta, you're at our contact, maintain VFR, and if you want to head towards Lemon for the straight in, you can for 20, right?
Roger, is a VFR waypoint possible to give us here?
Are you familiar with the 5 and 55 interchange?
Do you see the 555? We're looking on the sectional.
Or if you can do it, just set up for about a 5 mile straight in, whatever, if that works for you.
All right, 5 miles straight in will be great. Thanks, 747 Sierra Delta, and maintain VFR. Thank you.
You
see what happened there? You know what Lemon is? You don't. You're a student pilot. He gave you an IFR. He gave you a GPS waypoint on an instrument approach to ILS 20 right.
Is that because he's assuming that a VFR pilot would not be flying right now?
No, he's just assuming that some people know what Lemon is. It's perfect VFR. It's just raining a little bit. Right? So you see what I did back? I said, hey, do you have a VFR checkpoint you could give us?
Right.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Will you do that in the future when someone tells you go to Lemon?
Right.
Don't just say, oh, okay, direct Lemon.
Yeah.
And then sit here and go, what's Lemon?
So you asked for a...
I said, can you give me a VFR, you know, one of these flags?
Right.
So he asked if I'm familiar with the 5 and the whatever.
Okay, so do we have a problem here with this Disneyland VOR? Or this Disneyland...
No, we're talking with approach, so we're good.
So we're good.
So here's the thing. For a final, do we need to go left or right? Here's the runway.
We need to go left.
Excellent. So I'll transition a heading.
Okay.
All right, and we'll do this. And we'll go about there,
okay,
and then come in for a final.
Okay.
All right. Another thing we could do is we're already direct John Wayne, right? So check this out. Menu. I'm sorry. Look, procedures. Approach. 20 right.
7470 Delta, verify you have information golf.
Yeah, we're getting Golf and just confirming 5 mile final, 20 right, 70 Delta.
Yeah, whatever heading you're on there is a little bit wider than that, but yeah, you can just, I would suggest say maybe, what heading are you tracking right there?
Right now we're showing a 120 heading, but I could bring it into like a 140 if that's better.
Yeah, 140 is going to be perfect. That'll set you up. Can you see the airport yet?
Not yet, but looking, we'll let you know. We'll get Golf and we'll do come in, set up for a straight in 20 right, 7470 Delta.
70 Delta, altitude at your discretion.
Roger that, thanks. All right, 20 right, and then look at this. Load approach and activate, and look what it will do. Shows us the final approach course. Great, and there's Lemon, right? But if you didn't do that, you don't know what Lemon is. So, excellent.
The clearance delivery frequency for all aircraft is 118.0. Advise on initial contact. You have information call.
What's the wind doing?
Right across.
John Wayne Airport HS information call 0016 Zulu Special. Wind 210 at 6. Visibility
210 at 6. Pretty much straight down the pipe, runway 22. 420. Excellent. And approach 70 Delta has Golf. Excellent. What are some things you're realizing?
Roger, thank you.
And learning?
Gotta stay ahead, so...
Do we have the airport in sight?
We do.
And 70 Delta has the airport in sight.
70 Delta, roger. Contact John Wayne Tower, 126.8. Take care.
Over your tower. Thanks for your help, 70 Delta. What's tower frequency?
126.8.
Cool. I'm thinking of altitude here. I'm just lowering us to 15 for now, and I'm just going this way. Boom. All right, let's go to tower. Now check this out. I want to show you another thing we could do. I could go direct to Lemon, and then activate,
and then
go to GPS, and then the plane will go to Lemon, and then just turn and track the final approach course. Are we with tower?
Yes.
Excellent. Approximately, where are we from the airport? How many miles to the north?
1717, contact SoCal departure.
How many? That shows you the entire missed approach procedure. Just eyeballing it. Don't have to be perfect.
10?
Excellent. Targeting Sierra 7470 at Delta is 10 to the north, full stop, coming in for 20 right.
That's all.
7470 Delta, Johnny Tower, runway 20 right, continue traffic, will be holding in position.
All right, 20 right, continue, 7470 Delta. Who did we let know that we have Golf?
And then he told them that we have Golf.
Approach, right?
Approach.
The first one you talked to.
Right.
Excellent. Solid. And the airplane will turn here at Lemon.
Yeah, we're going to ACI north.
I'll just keep my speed up to not be in the way of people for too long.
Okay, Echo over to ground for Alpha Golf.
And the plane should turn. We'll see how good the plane is. Let's see what it will do. Nope.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
See the runway?
Yes.
All right. Excelentos. So who handed us off to tower?
SoCal.
Excellent, right? So to show up to a Charlie, I'll slow down here in a moment. To show up to a Charlie, talk with approach, and eventually approach hands you off to tower. Excellent, solid. How beautiful it is, the sun.
Yep.
A lot happened there that I really want. I know you took it all in and you kind of took mental notes, but keep that in mind, especially with the whole Lemon thing. Because so many student pilots would just go, oh, okay, direct Lemon. And then sit there and go and just, well, what the heck is that? What did I just say?
070 Delta, run a 20 right, clear line.
20 right, clear line, 70 Delta. What the heck just happened, right? And then be flustered. So I said, no, I'm with Jimmy, and Jimmy doesn't know what Lemon is. Do you have a VFR something on the ground you could tell us to go to?
VFR waypoint.
Something, right? Something that I could reference on my sectional.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Excellent. Then we negotiated. He said, are you familiar with the freeways? Could you just give me a 5-mile final? Yeah, we could do that. I know what that looks like.
Right.
Excellent. See that?
Yep.
We don't just repeat things.
Yep.
Having repeated something doesn't mean I know what it is. Excellent. We were clear to land. There's 20 right. John Wayne, Charlie, and this is how you do it. We tried Ontario, too busy. Speaking of trim doing the job for you, look.
Yeah, I was watching you.
I'm really not doing much.
Right.
I'm just letting the airplane do its thing, and I'm staying out of the way of the airplane. That's how you fly an airplane. I'm not fighting anything.
Right.
People who show up and say, my wrist hurts. Why do you think that is? Because they're not getting out of the way of the airplane. Let the airplane do its thing.
Gotcha.
All right, we're under 119. Here comes flaps 50. A little forward pressure on the yoke so we don't do that balloon.
Right.
Then my speed will continue to come down. Under 104. Flaps comes to full. A little more forward pressure so I don't do that balloon. Speed's continuing to come down. I didn't cut the power to idle yet.
3 minutes heads up.
Nicely coming on glide path. Adding a little power here. A little mixture. I don't want to go full. That'll be way too much. And here we go. Runway looks clear. We were clear to land. Looking at my wind, I got left crosswind, right?
Yep.
So I'll probably need a touch of right rudder and left aileron on touchdown. Excellent. And we'll plan on make a right off the runway. There, we're down. That's what I look like.
Butter.
There we are. All right, yoke all the way back.
Yep.
Just now we'll get off here. All right, welcome to John Wayne, Charlie.
John Wayne, haven't been here in a minute.
There we are.
070 Delta, contact ground 120.8.
Over at ground, thanks, I'm sorry, Dada. 20.8, and there we go. The run-up here is called Tower Run-Up.
Tower Run-Up,
I'll tell them that that's where we want to go to.
John Wayne ground, clear wing 66 at, where are we? Clay Lacey, we have Foxtrot.
All right, we're fully clear of the runway, the line there. Bring my power here. I can clean the plane up real quick.
Clear wing 66,
all is good.
ground,
okay.
runway 20 right, taxi via Bravo.
Bravo to 20 right for clear wing 66.
Ground Sierra 747 Sierra Delta, just clear 20 right on Foxtrot, looking to go to the tower run-up.
747 Sierra Delta, John Wayne, ground, taxi, tower run-up via Bravo.
Tower run-up via Bravo, 747 Sierra Delta.
You're clear left.
Excellent, clear right.
Ground America 2450.
Everything I wanted today, I asked ATC in clear English.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's it. Did I get what I wanted? Yeah.
Yeah.
One controller was crazy busy.
Yeah, he was.
Right? He didn't even acknowledge us. He knows better to acknowledge us because that's two-way radio communication. He's probably a veteran. At first, I was like, it's probably the rain, staticky, he doesn't hear us. He heard us, and he didn't want to acknowledge us.
You made about 5 calls you made?
I did like probably 5.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't want to talk to you because that's two-way radio communication. I want you to stay out of my Charlie. Is that cementing in your head?
Yeah.
Because I don't need a clearance. I just need two-way radio communication.
See, I guess here's the question.
He was what?
I guess here's my question.
Clear wing 66, certify you're squawking 4773.
I just want to show you here.
I saw
That run-up, that's a tower run-up right in front of the thing. So we'll go there, and then we'll talk about it real quick. But a lot happened on this flight, which I'm glad I'm flying, and you're sitting there because I want you to take all these mental notes.
Yep.
Clear wing 66, make sure you are going to Henderson. You got the Fin 3, Misen, and Nintendo 1.
That's correct. PDC indicates 4764.
What does PDC stand for? Remember that?
Okay, so the strip in front of me here is showing
Pre-departure
TWG
clearance.
66 on a squawk of 4773.
And the PDC I've received says 64.
So squawk 4773, that will be your code.
Okay, 4773, and it's pin 3, Misen.
Stay out of the way here, people.
Climb by the SID, accept 5,000. You guys can expect 45 in 10 minutes, 28.1 and 4773.
All right, clearing 66, that is correct. Contact tower.
Okay, 26.
Nose wheel is straight.
Yeah, and we're looking at the PDT that we sent, and it's showing 4773 on our
okay.
end as well.
Talk to me, Baba.
Yeah, that's
I'm looking right at it. It says 6-4 here, but thanks.
Strange. Contact tower.
So I guess my question, which we already talked about and we already answered. Let's say we're practicing here. We have alternates.
Uh-huh.
Let's say we were coming from Colorado. That was our home. We were coming here. We wanted to go to Ontario. So basically, just to confirm, real world, we could have been circling and circling and circling and circling.
That's a very good question. So here's the answer.
Or had an alternate obviously in place.
In reality, any approach you talk to is two-way radio communication. You could tell any of them you want to go into Ontario. So I could have spoken with this dude with this approach and say, hey, I want to go to Ontario. It's all one and the same.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's an approach controller.
Even though it was.
He might hand me off to a different controller, but I already talked with a controller.
So how pissed would that guy be? He knew we were trying to call him. We called.
Yeah, that's a whole. But also, they would answer eventually,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not. But you could just try a different controller.
Gotcha.
Right? Or get on with this dude and say, hey, I'm looking to. And they might hand you off to a different controller. You would get a hold. That's something rare. It would never really happen.
Right.
But a few things happen there, which okay. Is it exactly like we talked on the board, on the whiteboard, as far as entering a Charlie?
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Did we get a clearance? No, we don't need a clearance to enter a Charlie.
Right.
All we need is two-way radio communication. That's it.
We let them know our intentions.
Our intentions,
yeah,
right? Where I'm at. We were busy there, so we didn't snag the Golf first, the ATIS, but ideally I'd call and say, hey, we're 17 to the north. We have ATIS information Golf looking for a full stop landing. He gave us a squawk code. And then he told us direct lemon, and I'm so happy that happened because air traffic controllers will typically do that. He doesn't know if I'm IFR rated, instrument rated, or a student. He doesn't know any of this.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So if that ever happens in the future, what will you tell air traffic control when they tell you to do something you're not sure about?
Can you give me a VFR waypoint?
Exactly.
Instead?
Exactly, or a VFR checkpoint. Something I could reference on the ground,
right.
Or find on my sectional, maybe a park, like Alondra Park is a VFR checkpoint. Or could you give me vectors? Right? Fly heading 225, descend and maintain 2000, whatever it might be. He specifically said altitude our discretion.
Right.
But I want you to really take that away from today. Many times ATC will do that, and many student pilots will go direct lemon. And then start thinking about it after they repeat it back. Because there's this pressure to repeat it back.
There's a pressure to do what they say.
Right, right. And I want you to not be one of those people.
Yeah.
Right? Got that?
Yep.
Simple?
Yeah.
You saw how to get into a Class Charlie?
Yep.
Not too bad. We tried for Ontario, we ended up with John Wayne. Easy, but they're all the same.
Yep.
All right? And you saw that you found the frequency for us to talk to on the sectional chart. Just go to John Wayne, around the airspace, you see the red boxes, you snag the frequency from there.
Right.
Simple?
Yep.
Excellent.